Episode 3, Now You're Gonna Pay. Not much Cobra Kai in this episode. This is much more about just Johnny and Daniel dealing with a lot of sort of setbacks. Now Daniel is having to deal with problems at his car dealership. Not much business now. A lot of people associating him with the fact that Robbie was one of his students at Miyagi-Do and what he did to Miguel. Seems kind of strange to me because just because karate business he's done on the side is responsible for a serious injury to another person, that doesn't mean the car dealership's not going to be good news. But I don't know, maybe it's one of those things of, people don't feel comfortable associating or doing business with it. Like people don't use Amazon now because they're tax evaders. It's that kind of thing, maybe. So yeah, Tom Cole comes back from season 1 and he's going to try and buy their business. It's kind of an interesting sort of take because Karate Kid 3 was much more about sort of Daniel starting a business. So they're sort of exploring that side of his character. Johnny appears to sort of emotionally speaking be kind of in a similar way that he was at the start of the series. He's kind of washed up, really not sure what to do with his life. He's still in kind of a status of having lost his connection with Miguel and Carmen, and obviously still does not have his dojo. Actually, we didn't have Kreese at all in this episode, I've just realised. He's really not quite sure what to do. And it looks for a while like he's going to reconnect with Robbie in juvie, who is having a rough time of things. But looks at it, these new bullies have shown up. Actually, that kind of annoyed me, sort of Robbie in juvie being bullied. It reminded me a bit too much of Miguel in season 1 with Kylo and his group. And then on top of that, you've got the Cobra Kai students bullying the Miyagi-Do students. This sort of rather kind of strange rivalry about who's going to get the credit for the funding towards Miguel's surgery. And, they're both fighting for the same thing. They both want to help Miguel. Cobra Kai students want to sort of get the credit for Miyagi-Do students' work. I mean, why don't they just work to do more money, to earn money themselves? They were going to take it to give to Miguel anyway, and for some reason they just didn't think it was right that Miyagi-Do should get the credit or something. Yeah. I mean, Hawk is best friends with Miguel, so he can quite easily go there to Miguel and say, that money may have been from Miyagi-Do, but we're the ones that are here for you. There's been this argument I've heard in the past where it's kind of a cheap way to win people's approval, is just to throw money at them. It's not really about giving a person money or just throwing stuff at them that you just pluck out the air and give to them because you just happen to have it. It's more about physical work towards helping a person or helping people, just in general. So it's one thing to give money to charity. It's another to sort of volunteer at a soup kitchen and physically help people in and out of the house or take them somewhere and give them a fun time and everything. So Cobra Kai students have sort of the wrong idea. They just want to pay for Miguel's surgery, whereas Miyagi-Do are kind of doing more sort of physical work to help him out. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what Hawk and his gang's idea is there. They just don't like the idea of Miyagi-Do getting any kind of kudos for anything. And then Johnny has the chance to visit Robbie in juvie. Robbie appears to sort of not be too bothered about this. He doesn't want to talk to Daniel anymore, so perhaps now he's sort of feeling this is now Johnny's chance. He's going to give him another go since he feels like he needs a father figure in his life. And Johnny decides not to show up, which kind of annoyed me. You watching this kind of Johnny desperately trying to do what he can for like 3 seasons, 2 seasons and a bit now, I guess, and Robbie just continuing to reject him and he's making no progress at all. Now he has this opportunity because he's rejected Daniel. Johnny has an in, basically, and he decides not to go and visit him because of just an unfortunate sort of timing of things. Miguel's surgery was the same night, and Rosa wanted him to stay there and pray. I can kind of understand why he decided to do that. He's in a bad spot with his relationship with Miguel now as well, so he probably feels like he should do something to help him as well. And Carmen as well, I guess. From a narrative standpoint, that kind of annoys me. I really want to see him and Robbie reconnect. I suppose in the case of this show, just connect for the first time, and it doesn't happen. Bobby comes back. He was in season 2 for 1 episode. Cool to see him again. If at some point we're going to see Dutch. That was kind of cool. We got a bit more sort of backstory information about what Bobby does. He works in religion Well, he is a religious person, I guess. We have the guy who runs the pawn shop return back in season 1. Johnny, I guess, has grown a little bit as a character. He's no longer just asking Sid for money. Instead, he's going to use a bit more of an initiative and to be a bit more sneaky about it and just steal from Sid. I don't know if that's going to come back to bite him at some point, because he has committed a felony there. He's stolen from Sid and then sold something that wasn't his for profit. Possibly in some way, maybe Carmen's going to find out about that, and that's just going to completely ruin whatever good work he'd done to sort of reconnect with her. More just sort of tightening the screw of difficult kind of relationships that these characters are having in this episode. It's kind of the difficult thing with Netflix series because, the whole season comes out at once. They're probably not thinking too much about what happens in a specific episode. So watching these episodes individually, there's not a huge amount of progression to some of the stories. It's more just sort of connecting the dots, moving things along. But yeah, I like the sort of theme you kind of had in this episode of things just getting kind of gradually worse, but there's a little bit of hope, a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. Suggests things might just be about to pick up, because we've got Daniel going to Japan to try and salvage his car dealership, and now Miguel is going to have his operation, and I'm guessing that's going to be successful. And we'll see you guys again for next episode. See ya.